Alright, what is going on, guys? Afflicted Gamer here, and it is the vendor weekly reset. Last week's went pretty good. Thank you guys so much for that. That was the first one that I've ever done. So this week I figured that I would give it another go. Hopefully the feedback will be positive, just like last week's was. What I'm going to do again is just show you guys what the best stuff is to pick up, and yes, I will bear in mind that everybody's opinion is different and like different types of gear and weapons, but for the most part we all know what we need. So anyways, let's start here. This is where I spawned in. I am in Hell's Kitchen at Dante's Run. The gear vendor, what does he got? Cunning gloves and sticky bomb damage. It's only 3.5%. I say skip this. Okay, we are down in the hub at the special blueprints vendor this week. Are they messing with us? Alright, we have an M870 Express, but shotguns are in a pretty strong place right now. So there is that, a snub nose rhino. No thanks. Stamina vest if you guys are looking for one. Firearms knee pads. All these things can be rolled pretty good. We have a high velocity mag with crit hit chance. Anybody wants to put that on something like a PB19? But I would still prefer a extended mag. Performance gear mod. Skip it. And the rest of this stuff is trash. There's a power level 33 firearms gear mod. There is a level 34 one. But it's either not here or and I just already have it. So bear in mind that this, you guys might see a few things that I already have if I have the blueprint. Let's move over to the special equipment vendor over here. As per usual. So the Centurion this week we've got 24.2k damage with expert and ferocious. Ferocious, super hard to unlock unless you're electronics based. Cassidy, 132k base damage, 295 stagger. Keep in mind the base damage may vary from mine. It may differ from mine, depending on what you have on your gear. So, self-preserve dominant. Liberator, 16k, predatory, swift, dominant. I am so glad I bought last week's. Historian, 164 headshot damage, 35.8k, talented, trained. Oh, wow. Okay, this is for the skill-based player. The Pagan, ferocious, adept, and my god, okay. Those are all pretty horrible. Surplus SVD, I do like the SVDs. And the rest is just gear. I would say if you're looking for a specific piece, then go ahead and pick one of these up. Overall, though, there's so much gear dropping in between Last Stand and everything else, you really don't need to. That's a pretty decent Alpha Bridge holster if you reroll off Skill Haste. They're all about 1200 stats. Too bad it took a nerf. And, well, that's about it for down here.
Don't worry, it happened. Best prices in New York.
Alright, at the advanced weaponry vendor at the base of operations, we have a tactical vector, swift and hurried. No thank you. G36C with prepared, deadly, and focused. This is actually pretty good if you reroll focused off for something else. I'm not a fan of it. I have a video up on the reasons why. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but yep, this is pretty decent. I'm actually probably going to consider picking these up. They do drop quite often, but this is a pretty decent roll. And we'll just quickly skim over these. Yep. And that's it.
Maybe next time.
I am going to scoot over to the base of operations very quickly and see what we have for weapons, gear, and performance mods. Hopefully there's something good this week. I really hope that, excuse my voice, that there's something good this week. SRSA 1, no thanks. Hand stop, reload speed, crit damage, and optimal range. Nothing that you can't get from any open world boss. We've got a nimble holster, but it is awfully rolled. And smart cover damage resilience.
You'll be back one of these days.
That's it for the base.
The Joint Task Force
Alright, we are in the garment district at the Cavern at this gear vendor. He does have a pretty decent relentless backpack. You would have to roll off stability for something else, but the stamina roll isn't terrible if you absolutely need one. And for performance mods, 3.5% Seeker Mine damage. You could probably find 4 somewhere else, but anybody that's desperate for anything for Seeker Mines, there you have that. Alright, in the Dark Zone at DZ06 at West 53rd Street, we are going to take a look at what she has. She has a half decent prototype firearms mod at 258 with anybody that is running all resistance instead of health. So that's here, and another high velocity mag with crit hit chance, magazine size, and rate of fire. Anybody that's looking to put that into the bullfrog, shotgun, centurion, etc., that is here.
That's fine.
Alright, at West 46th Street,
Before someone notices
there's
you.
something here that you may be interested in, but the armor roll is quite low, but there is a rehabilitated mask with all resistance and burn resistance, and a stamina mod with 242 stamina and over 3,000 health. So that is not too bad, something to consider picking up here.
Come back when you're feeling up to it.
We are here at West
What are you
34th
waiting
Street.
for?
And she actually has something that you guys may be interested in, and it is not this SMG. The armor roll is fairly low, but she does have some Savage Gloves with assault rifle damage, 6% crit hit chance, and 7.5% enemy armor damage. If you don't already have a better pair, you would have to bump that stamina up or re-roll that for something else. And the prototype stamina mod, anybody again with the all resistance, just in case. This is here, it's on the very low end side. I would personally skip it unless you're absolutely desperate. And then again, the high velocity mags seem to be good. Too bad they weren't extended, but crit chance, crit damage, and magazine size. Well, there you have that.
I'll be waiting when you're ready to deal.
Alright, down in DZ01 at the 5th Ave checkpoint. Now, anybody that is running the double barrel shotguns, there's a half decent one for, if you're into that sort of thing. 341% stagger, 128 base damage, responsive, vicious, and swift. On top of that, there is a rapid chest piece, skill haste, all resistance, kill XP. Not the greatest, but I know some people do like rapid. Firearms roll is pretty terrible, but that's about it. You know what? And I do know people. I've seen a lot of people in Last Stand with the double barrels, so figured I would let you guys know that this is here at 5th Ave.
I need some meds bad.
Alright, so down in Stewie Visant, we have something here, at least at the Ward Safe House. There is a prototype stamina mod with 3,325 health and 247 stamina. Not too bad. Obviously, this could go much higher, but you know what? If you don't have a better one, I would say pick this up for sure. Alright, at the Southpaw Safe House, we have a Reckless chest piece. I know some people are still going with Reckless. Now, you've got skill haste, health, and ammo capacity. The electronics roll is very low, so you would have to roll that. On top of that, it is by far not the greatest. Very low stamina, but there is 2.5% exotic damage resilience on a prototype stamina mod. Seems like we're getting a lot of stamina mods this week. Anyways, and again, that is at the Southpaw Safe House. Alright guys, so in DZ02 at the East 34th Street checkpoint, he has an AUG A3 Para XS, which isn't too bad. It's got Predatory, Capable, and Ferocious is in the free slot. Something you may consider wanting to pick up since SMGs are back with crit chance. 20% crit chance is on this one. He also has a Relentless backpack with stability and disrupt. It's not the greatest, low firearms roll, but people do like Relentless. And anybody running skill builds, electronics mod here with 263. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty high. and 3% skill haste. On top of that, there is a small grip with 17% crit damage, optimal range, and accuracy. Just
I'll
thought that I
make a
would show you
habit of
guys that
not
as well.
buying.
Anyways, again, that is at East 34th Street.
See you around.
Okay, at the Grindhouse, we actually have a military Scar H with 171% headshot damage. That is, damn, that's pretty good. Prepared, unforgiving, and vicious. This so far has been the best item that I have seen. Wow, pretty good for a Scar H. There's also a Omega Rifle Suppressor here with 70% headshot damage, 4% crit hit damage, optimal range, and reduced threat. Optimal range, obviously you would rather have crit hit chance, but if you're desperate, there is one there. And reduced threat is always better than increased threat. But so
You watch
far,
your back out there.
that is the best thing I've seen. Let's keep moving on. Alright, at DZ03 at East 40th Street, she actually has some decent stuff. So if you didn't pick up the MG5 blueprint earlier, despite 13% damage to targets out of cover is a little bit on the low side, so is the base damage. We've got an MG5 with prepared, vicious, and ferocious again in the free slot. This is a nice LMG. Uh, you know what? Other than the Hungry Hog, I really like this and the Pecan. The MG5s are extremely stable. I would recommend that. She also has a specialized backpack with crit hit damage and burn resistance. You could roll off crit hit, skill power, health if you wanted to, or leave it as is and bump up the stamina. And there is a prototype performance mod with 6.5% support station duration. Not terrible. So if you don't have one already, that's there already, and that is
Come
it.
on,
But
you're
that is a
killing
nice
me here.
MG5. Well, too bad. Alright, at the East 42nd Street, not only do we have a manhunt outside the door, but anyways, we have got a tactical mask, a refresh mask, which you would have to obviously change the stamina. It's on the low end, but it does have skill power and damage to elites. On top of that, a firearms mod with crit hit chance. Anybody trying to stack their crit, there is that available, and
Next
that
time,
is
buy
that.
something.
Dark Zone is crazy.
Getting there before anyone else does.
Alright, at the East 46th Street,
Now exiting
we
the safe
actually
area.
have a pretty decent firearms mod at 259 with just under 3,000 health. I know that's on a little bit of the low side, but if you are desperate for a firearms mod, there is one here. Right, we are here at the Crypt, and it looks like back-to-back weeks he is doing us a favor with another LVOAC with 23% enemy armor damage, accurate and ferocious yet again. So you would have to reroll off talented unless you're going for skill power, skill build, but there is another LVOAC available if you don't have a better one than this. Okay, at the East 53rd Street checkpoint, looks like contamination areas are going off and the timer's
Hey,
almost up.
you're
But
going without
anyway,
me. Don't ask where this came from.
a Navy MP5N with accurate, deadly, and swift 22.5% crit hit chance is here for sale. This might be one of the best buys of the week so far, other than that Scar H. And we've got a prototype performance mod with 7% turret health. Anybody running Firecrest, this would be helpful for you guys. So, wow, looking good. Alright, so at one of our new checkpoints at DZ08, Park Ave, this weapons vendor has quite a few things here. First, if you want to kick it old school with the Vector, with 20.5% crit hit chance, he's got unforgiving, responsive, and commanding. A G36C with 18% enemy armor damage, with vicious, destructive, and focused. I would get rid of focused. Double barreled sawed off with adept, meticulous, and deadly for you skill power players. Model 700 with predatory, trained, and elevated again for the skill player. Military MK46 with accurate, predatory, meticulous. Oh, you
Come
know
back
what?
when you're feeling up to it.
Not too bad for the first week of this vendor.
Hostiles detected below street level.
Might have to go do that.
Objective data.
Alright guys, and to end this off, we are in DZ09 in the safe room. This is the last place that has anything decent. I'm actually just going to check the equipment vendor see what kind of gear she's got real fast. But I saw something downstairs, that's why I'm in here, but I thought I would just show you guys this stuff, you know, in case you need anything here. Not too bad of Sentry's Call gloves, and you know, there's these new Dark Zone jackets, which I'm sure most of you have seen.
Killing me here.
I like that there are 2 vendors in these checkpoints. That's pretty cool. But anyways, here at the mods vendor, they have a nice T2 micro red dot sight with 6% headshot damage, 4% crit hit damage, and 2.5% crit hit chance. Yes, the rolls are slightly low, but something like this will fit on your AUG, any of your SMGs that you are currently running, since that seems to be the new meta, the new thing to do. This is here to pick up if you do not have one that is already better.
Come back when you're feeling up to it.
Anyways, guys, that is it for me. That is the weekly vendor reset. All of the things that seem to be the best this week, for sure. That Scar H is one of them, the Navy
You're lost if you don't
MP5N.
check this out.
So, you know what? I will keep doing these if you guys enjoy this. So, if you do enjoy the video, then go ahead and please drop it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel for more Division content on the way. I just saw that we are literally 1 subscriber away from. That is the next landmark. That's a big deal to me. That means a lot. So thank you guys so much for that. And hopefully this did help. And if you want me to continue doing these, please just leave it in the comments below, and I will continue to make this a weekly thing. And I gotta say, I don't want to name any names, but all the bigger YouTubers that, you know, do this, I really have a lot greater of an appreciation for the hard work from going from place to place to place to place, and especially in the Dark Zone, the fights in the middle, especially the ones that I just got into just to get into a safe house. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. Grab the stuff this week that is on for sale, and I will see you guys soon in the next video and in a couple days in the next stream.